You're listening to the official Minnesota Wild podcast, presented by Acrisure.
All right, what do we got today?
Just the importance of a 6-game homestand after, a disappointing road trip.
Yeah, I thought, we a good day off yesterday, coming off the trip. I think we take some lessons out of that one, and a good day today. So excited to get back home, and we got a big weekend coming up, starting with Utah tomorrow. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, and Utah, they're a fast team. You obviously, you saw what Cooley did yesterday. Mm-hmm. How big of a challenge is that? They're
a challenge. They got a lot of skill, and they play a fast game, and they're dangerous. So I think, you have to, you want to be able to put them under pressure as well. I think sometimes when you do that, you can take some of that out of the game, but you also have to play diligent, when you don't have the puck. So we know what to expect. We know them, and they're a good team, so we'll be ready.
John, has this team found an identity yet, or what are we hoping to see out of them in this small sample size so far?
I would like to see consistency, in the way that we play. I think when we play a fast game and an attacking game, usually, we've seen segments of it in certain games. Obviously, the Ranger game was probably the perfect recipe of what that would be. And the other one is, I think we're a stingy defensive team. We play with good structure without the puck, and the guys are committed in that area. It's just finding the consistency in that a little bit more regularly than we have.
Are you talking consistency period to period, consistency between games, or kind of all the above?
All the above, I would say.
Yeah.
John, with the power play, 10 power play goals in the first 4 was never going to be sustainable, but 0 in the last 4. Anything you can point to that's been different?
Yeah, I think just playing with more pace on the power play and shooting the puck. I think when you looked at when we were scoring and when we were rolling, we were shooting the puck. We had a strong net front presence, and we had a couple looks the other night too. And all of a sudden, sometimes the net front guys getting out of the way of the goalie, and when we were scoring, we were screening them, we were shooting, we were retrieving, and that's when you look at the guys on our power play. They're competitive guys. They can hunt pucks, they can get second pucks, they have great skill, but it's having a more direct, a faster pace, let the puck do the work, shot mentality, attack coming out of puck recoveries where they're not in a great structure. Just I think that pace and attack mindset can be a little bit better.
Can I ask you, 2 of the goals the other night are on 3 of the goals were 50-50 pucks off faceoffs that you lost, but 2 of them with Hartman's line, and it just feels like with those wingers that should be unacceptable.
Yeah, I think on one of them though the D was on the wall. Mm-hmm. It wasn't so much. It wasn't so much that. I think it was probably just particularly in that game, I would say.
Right, but do you feel like that almost is emblematic of the sort of the lack of identity that you're seeing right now? That just the sometimes the digging in and just playing with some grit.
In those 2 circumstances,
yeah,
you mean, or
but overall, it just feels like your wall play and things like that. Marca's same thing. Just not really showing the identity that we're used to.
To me, it's more consistency in that. That's why I said I think we've seen it at times, and I understand we all we're not where we want to be, but at the end of the day, we've played some good hockey. We've won some games. We've got some points. We need better in certain areas. That's one of them, and that's what we're striving to do. Every situation and every point in the season, there's different things that present themselves, and right now that's what's presented to us. We got to master that coming up, starting tomorrow.
Who's your starting goalie tomorrow?
Gus.
With the amount of back-to-backs, how great has it been to see success from Jesper and Gus together, and how well has that tandem been working in your opinion? It's
been great. I think it's both goaltenders have played pretty well for us. It's nice that Wally's come in and he's had 2 strong starts for us. So I think he's confident. We're confident in him. So as you said, I think the schedule will lend itself that you need to have a tandem this year. Every team's going to need a tandem, and we feel good with ours.
John, you said you'd know more about Bogosian when you got home. Any update on his timeline or situation?
I don't have a update on the timeline yet, but I don't think it's like a long-term thing. I just don't know the exact time frame yet.
Okay.
John, what's the difference between, you keep saying you want to put teams under duress and you want to get to your style. They're going to want to do the other thing, that too, on the other side of the ice. So, who wins that battle of exerting the way they want the game to go? What's the difference that decides that this team's under pressure more than this team? Because they're going to, New Jersey did the same thing. Utah's going to try this. What wins out? And
I would say that it always starts with puck battles and puck play. You know, your execution to get on the attack. When you're on the attack and you have the other team under duress, getting over pucks, holding on the pucks, strong execution, puck battles, puck recoveries. You know, really when it comes down to it, that's where that determines who has possession. That a lot of times determines where the game is going to be played. You know, whether it's like Mike was talking about, maybe it's a breakout, it's a wall play. You know, if you win that puck battle, now you have the opportunity to go the other way. It could be in the offensive zone. Maybe it's you're high in the offensive zone, or you got the team under duress. Do we make a strong decision to keep ourselves in the offensive zone, or do you force a play? All those little things come into it, and that's where you want to see a little bit more of the consistency in those areas.
With Hunt, is there a chance that he could go and do a conditioning stint at some point just to get him playing in case I need him at some point?
Yeah, you know, but we also make a lineup decision. You know, we have it doesn't mean that all the defensemen that are playing right now are going to play every single game. Like, we've got to look to manage some of these young guys, back-to-backs, a lot of hockey, first time into it. You know, it doesn't mean that it would just be a young player, but you know, we may just make a decision, you know, Sunday possibly, or whenever, to say, hey, we're going to give this guy a break for tonight and we're going to play Huntsy, or maybe we don't do that and we do a conditioning, but it doesn't mean that there's no opportunity for him to play here. We may make the decision to have a guy take a night off as well.
Right. So there's a chance he plays Sunday?
Oh, well, I don't hold me to it, but no. Right now it's just really Utah, and then we'll reevaluate Utah and see what goes on. But it's not like the 6 guys that are playing, they're locked and loaded no matter what. We do have Damian Hunt's a good defenseman. He's a good player. He's another young player. So it doesn't mean that he's just going to be out all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But with Marcus in particular, I mean, are you surprised? I mean, you know, not just the no points, but I mean, you know, he's only averaging a couple hits a game. It just feels like he's not himself right now.
Yeah, you know, we're going to actually talk after practice here. I just think it's, I think it's just he's such a valuable member to the team. I think what he brings to the team is crucial. He's kind of a heartbeat type of guy, and sometimes it's just, you know, looking at some things almost like we did last year in the beginning of the year, is getting back to the things that make him such an important player for us and such a good player. And I'm confident that will happen here.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Sure. You guys good? All right, thank you.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrisure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.